Oh,
Hi guys, Kim here. I'm here with Nigel from the Devil's Playground 2.
hi guys. Hi
We've
Kim.
been,
Thanks for having me on. How are you?
I'm good, really good.
Good.
We've been chatting for a few days on Zoom, and actually a couple of weeks now. Got some,
Yeah.
got some really interesting stuff being discussed and what have you, going all over the place with different things. And I put a bit of a PowerPoint thing together, so we're going to run through that. Anyway,
Some of our Zoom chats have been very long, haven't they, Kim? What was the other night? 6 hours, I think it was. We were chatting, and then the next day, 5 hours. Crazy. All right. Well, do you want me to share the screen so we can get into this?
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks.
Okay. Well, here we go. So, you want to talk us through what we're looking at?
Okay. So what we're talking about is Save Our Souls, SOS, or is it Save Ourselves? And the focus on it is going to be about being an inspiration to others and information that I've received and information that correlates together to kind of make all that possible. So SOS?
Yeah. SOS.
Help us. Okay, so we me's one of my sayings, creating a mirror world of perceptions that you reflect, I receive, I reflect back, you receive, and then we grow through emotion, through water. There you go.
Certainly do. Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin.
Oh yeah, good old Charlie in the House of Mirrors. Yeah.
So
I remember then.
Freddie Mercury depicted in the movie Bohemian Rhapsody. It's about halfway through it, and he discovers through watching one of his own playbacks of one of his own concerts that the audience is actually interacting with him. And he comes back to the group and he says to the group, hey, hang on a second, if we could get the group, if we could get the audience to make the music, then I think it would be really, really different. It would be a really different dynamic because it's like them and us, and it kind of makes this whole field.
Yeah, it's inspirational. It's inspirational.
And then
this one.
you get involved, right? So Nigel and I having this big discussion about this the other night. And anyway, I'm going to hand you over to Nigel for him to explain what happened next.
Okay. Well, as you say here, it works like an in-breath and an out-breath, except it's energy in and energy out. And what happened in the classroom a couple of days ago now, maybe some of your guys don't know, but I teach English in a high school in China. And at the front of the classroom, there's like a, what would you call it, Kim? It's like a platform. It's only about yay high. It's only like one step.
Yeah.
And on the wall behind me, we've got a big screen TV or computer really, and the blackboard. And it was about 5 minutes before the end of the class. We'd finished doing what we were doing, and we got 5 minutes to kill. And then I was kind of stamping my feet on this platform. It was boom, boom, and suddenly I went boom, 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 and the whole class just started stamping their feet. And boom, boom, and then one of the kids said, "Can we put the video on? Can we put the song on the computer?" I'm like, "Yeah, go for it." So they came up and they found "We Will Rock You." And they put it on the computer screen, and all these, it's like 24 Chinese kids, all like 15, 16, 17 years old, and they're all boom, boom, we will rock you. And there were people looking through the window. There were people looking through the door. The energy in that room, Kim, just in those few minutes was, you could feel it. You could physically feel the energy. It was absolutely insane. It was wonderful.
Can you imagine what that was like for Freddie Mercury, you know? And then, I mean,
oh God.
And then if you look at the songs that he went on to write, like, I don't know about you, but like when you put your hands up and you're doing the whole "We Are the Champions" thing, you know, like you feel it, don't you? You feel it through you. You feel like, yeah, we are the champions.
Well, I mean, this is probably a rhetorical question, but you know, have you ever walked into a room full of people, and you walked in, you go, "Oh my God, who's died?" Because you just feel the negativity.
Or
a
surprise party. Have you ever had? Has anybody ever had a surprise party for you? And yet that instant, like, oh my God, this is amazing! Like this, you just sort of get this instant surge of focused attention. And it actually, it's quite embarrassing. It sort of throws you a bit.
Yeah, but conversely, you can be in not a particularly happy mood and walk into a room full of people having fun and shouting, and you are instantly elated. You come out of your bad mood instantly. But conversely, you could be in quite a happy mood and walk into a room full of miserable, somber people and think, shit, who's died? You can feel the negative energy. You can feel the positive energy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into the presentation.
Okay.
So that's what happened in the classroom yesterday, and it was really, really good. It was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
So next one. Okay.
All right. So just changing the subject slightly here. Tides and ocean. We got ebb and flow. By reversing the word ebb, you get B. So go with the flow. Water words. Now the ebb and the flow actually came from one of my subs, Devantbar. He suggested it or she. It might be a she or he. I don't know.
It's interesting. It's interesting that the word flow backwards is wolf. And I know you watched the podcast that Harry and I did a couple of days ago, and we had the tarot card with the dogs barking up at the sun, and in some of those tarot cards, as you will know, that they're not dogs, they're wolves.
Yeah.
Very interesting that the word flow is wolf backwards. Yeah.
Do you remember that that saying about, it was in God, what's that series called? About the ice wall? It's gone. That really famous series, Game of Thrones.
Oh, Game of Thrones, yeah.
And that saying about the wolf, the lone wolf. When the winter comes, the lone wolf, I can't remember it, but it's like the pack survives. The lone wolf dies and the pack survives, or something.
Oh, I don't know why that's just stopped screen sharing. Probably because I'm being a typical English teaching arsehole, and I just saw that you spelt the word proposes wrong. So. Oh, hang on. Let me.
Sorry, sir.
Share it again. No, it's all right. It's just the English teacher and me, just being an arsehole, just being an arsehole. Look, if I don't change it, somebody is going to make a comment. Some arsehole in the chat's going to make a comment and say, "Oh, you spelled proposes wrong." Anyway.
Proposes. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was watching, which I'll link below. I can't say this guy's name. Yeah, we are.
You are anon.
You are anon.
You are anon.
You are anon.
Yeah, you are anon.
Called 3.5.5 Lost History of the Earth. And in this it's quite long, it's about 3 hours or something like that. And one of the things I did when I played it back is I played it back at 1.75, and it actually makes it half as long. Somebody taught me to do that the other day, and I thought, oh, this is really cool. It means I can watch loads of videos really quickly. But you can't do that with this one, guys. You've got to watch this at real speed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's a lot of information to take in EWARANON stuff. I mean, I don't know where this guy came from, but a lot of the stuff that he's put out has gone viral. I broke down, or sorry, I downloaded 13 episodes of he did a 5-hour video, and somebody broke it all down into 13 episodes, and I downloaded them all and put them up on my BitChute channel. There was too much controversy on YouTube, so I put them all at 1 to 13 on my BitChute channel. And where this guy has come from and what he's talking about is just off the charts. It is insane.
And you know what I really like about him is that he leads you into something. So although it can be a little bit laborious at times, but he kind of really lays a path. And I really like it when people communicate like that, because at least you can follow them.
When he had his own channel, I think somebody said he took it down and changed it to EWAR. But the interesting thing was that under all his videos, he never addressed any of the comments. He never liked them or gave them a heart or replied or responded to any of the comments on any of his videos, which I thought was a little bit strange. But I did see somebody had said that they had managed to contact him and actually had a chat on the phone with him. So I don't know if that was real or not, but it doesn't really matter, Kim. The information that he's putting out is just absolutely awesome.
Absolutely
incredible.
So in this video, he talks about the tides, right? And he talks about this sinkhole being in the North Pole area. And he talks about how the water goes down. That's the tile situation. We've got this water going down the sinkhole, and then it comes, and then it gets spat back out. I don't know. He doesn't describe the process in which it comes back out, but it's like an inward and outward breath. And what it actually prompted me to think is, for the longest time, I have thought that the memories are in the water. I get a load of inspiration when I'm connected to water. Like I could be washing up or lying in the bath or having a shower or going for a swim in the ocean. I'll often go down, because I live really close to the seas here. So I'll often go down to the sea and sit with my feet my feet in the water, and just sit there and just see what comes through. So,
well, I think Martin Linker, he's talked about done a lot of work about water, basically holding the Akashic records, essentially.
I watch him all the time as well, and he talks a lot about this world. It's all about these sea creatures coming up and overrunning the world, and there's imprints all over the place in relation to statues on buildings and drawings and art, indicating that this world is ruled by people that came out of the water. But it's probably allegorical. Anyway, so what I was thinking when I was watching this EWARANON thing, or EWARANON, right?
EWARANON,
I was thinking that what if, when the water gets sucked up, that within it's like a collective Akashic record for the day. So it's a 12-hour turnaround on tides. So every 12 hours, the Akashic record gets updated for all of that, all of the things that have gone on in the world, and all the thoughts and ideas that different people have had.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And then when it comes back up again, the collective then has the ability to access that new information by connecting to water. And then our higher selves as well are involved in this process by, I think, by perhaps passing the information to us.
Well, that would explain the downloads that we get. Think about it. That would explain the downloads.
And why they come in, and why the information changes, and all the rest of it, and why it shifts, and why the new information comes in. So the hard drive's been continuously updated, and we're getting more and more access to more and more new thoughts, new information. But it's every 12 hours because it goes with the tides. And then the show you did yesterday with the devil sitting on the computer in yesterday's podcast, it's like, again, the matrix gets updated every 12 hours.
Oh, the devil card. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If
Yeah.
maybe put a link to that
Podcast.
podcast. Yeah, number 76. Yeah,
Okay.
and people can see what we're talking about. We had 500 views in less than 24 hours and over 200 comments.
Mm,
That one has just gone absolutely crazy.
that's
Yeah.
great. Okay.
So yeah, just again the connection,
The
connection to
tides.
water.
Right.
Yeah.
So a couple of weeks ago, I had this big dream, and you know how much I'm into my dreams. And I'm swimming in the water like a fish, and there's Jesus characters there in this big boat, and he's throwing bait out of the boat, but the bait's sparkling. And each piece of bait, I know in the dream state that each piece of bait he's throwing out into the water represents one of his teachings. Excuse me. So me as a fish, I swim along, eat a piece of bait that he's thrown into the water, and then there I am as the fish. There he is in his boat, and the piece of bait that I eat contains this message. And I just know this. I just inherently know this. But the message is, verily, verily, truly, truly, honestly, if you believe in me, Christ consciousness, then you can do all things. And I can't read that because it's underneath a
And
picture
more.
of us.
You
And
can
more.
you can do all the things I can do and more things too. In other words, believe in yourself, and then you'll just naturally inspire others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, which is
So,
all about inspiration.
yeah.
You know.
And it's so important for us to put out as much as it is to receive. You know, it's so much important, even if it doesn't matter how we do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I eat the bait, I get that message, and the word debates there as well.
The message that was contained in John. Yeah, well, no, I added that debate. Yeah, debate.
So, yeah, so we get to argue about it.
Well, no, because I mean, you bait. If you go fishing, you bait a hook, right? And at the end of your fishing day, what you do is if you've got any bait left on your hook, you take that bait off and you throw it in the water. So you debait the hook. You throw that whatever it is, that bit of bait that was on your hook, you throw that into the water before you go home. So whichever fish eats that bit of bait is not going to get caught now because you took it off the hook. Right?
All right. So at which point I immediately get the point I eat the bait, I get transported onto Jesus' boat. And then he gives me a boat of my own. And then I'm on my boat of my own. And I look around and there's like thousands of boats following on in this, like, it was like an arrow, actually. It was like started with him at the beginning, and there's like thousands and thousands, a whole fleet of boats following on behind.
And when you told me about this dream a while ago, you said that what you were doing on your boat was the same as what the Jesus character was doing on his boat. You were throwing out the bits of bait. The bait just being information, basically.
Yeah.
And as more and more people were taking this bait, and this bait was resonating with them. And let's not call it bait. Let's just call it information.
Yeah.
And then they get their own. They get their own boat, and then all they're doing. So instead of having one Jesus figure throwing out this information, you've got thousands of people throwing out this information. And this is what Harry and I have spoken about many, many times on our channel. That the Jesus, there was no J in the English language until 1592 or 1594. I always forget. It was a H. I've read some old Masonic or Masons texts, and they talk about High Jerusalem, not Jerusalem, High Jerusalem. And then when you think about how we pronounce the Spanish names Jose and
mm,
Juan, spelled with a
mm,
J.
mm,
So your Jesus becomes he's us.
mhm.
So the Jesus character is just a representation of somebody today who would be in what we laughingly call the truth community. I think it's a horrible name, but you know, it's one that people kind of resonate with or understand. So
Yeah,
what you're dreaming here is, you know, you're getting information from various sources, you're putting it out, and then people that watch your channel and my channel, they're taking that information and they're disseminating it and they're putting it out as well. So what I see in your dream is exactly what we're doing, what we're all doing.
yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah. But that, anyway, I'll go on a bit because the interrelationship of what we're doing becomes really clear as I go along. So,
Yeah.
all right.
You
So the
said
next bit
you get the understanding of being in the
in the
net,
net,
internet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
no, and then we just talked about that, the whole yin yang thing, the fact that you and I have conversations about the huge amount of interaction that you get out of interacting with your subs, you know, like this kind of
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah.
if it wasn't for the subs, it wouldn't be worth doing. You
Well,
know.
you know, like I said to you before, I mean, your channel and my channel, they're around the same size. I mean, I had just about 5,000 subscribers when the Devil's Playground was taken down,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to start all over again. And they tell me I've got 880 subs or something.
Mm-hmm.
But to get 880 subs, or to have 880 subs, to have
Mm-hmm.
500 views and 200 comments
Mm-hmm.
within less than 24 hours of uploading a video is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely unheard of on my channel. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's nice to know that the information that we're putting out is resonating with people, and you know they're kind of, wow, I get this, yes, I get this. And we have this ebb and flow, this
Yeah.
backwards and
Yeah.
forwards
Ebb and flow thing. Yeah.
between Harry and I and the viewers, and as you say, and so it goes on and on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the sub inspires us, we inspire the sub inspires us, and the comments go backwards and forwards. And we're going, oh, yeah, God, I never thought about that. Just like I was
Yeah.
saying about Devant Bar before. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Well, again, this is another reflection of the yin and the yang.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, we did a lot of talk about that, the male and female energy, in yesterday's podcast. But it's still about backwards and forwards. It's about the ebb and the flow, the giving and receiving, the reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's all about.
Okay. So I also picked up on the word subs and like
Yeah.
submarine, deep thinker, maybe. Then Truth Seeker, who I think is actually one of your subs too, says the other day, we certainly do have the upper hand. Our downloads are definitely tuned into the same frequency. This morning, my attention was on what now? And my belief is what we do now determines the path ahead. My question is, what can we as heart-centered human collective agree on? Okay, so this is the great thing, is we're all playing our roles in this collective to bring about the awareness that we need to have to bring about the shifting consciousness as our individual sense of selves.
Yes.
So how do we do something on a united front?
Well, again, I just want to throw something in here, that if we consider our energy, we consider ourselves to be a drop in the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
that collectively we are the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can't have a beach without grains of sand.
No.
You know, so if each one of our consciousness represents the grain of sand, then together we are the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. So the question was, what can we do all together? And the thing is we already are doing this together.
Yeah.
By simply interacting with each other on this channel, on other channels, by simply doing that whole kind of like we're talking about stuff. We're talking about stuff that needs to be talked about, that needs to be addressed. We're interacting with people. We're giving people an opportunity to have a voice, and they in turn are inspiring us in relation to the next thing that we talk about, or that they want to talk about. So for those that people that are asking the question, what am I meant to be doing right now? And I kind of know this because this is where I was at before, like last year. I'm going like, well, what am I meant to be doing about this? And you are being, that's enough. Just to be.
That's why we're called a human being.
So I've got a friend that's an activist, and his frustration is if only everybody would fight against this and take control back, then this would be over in 5 minutes. Now, why could this never work? Because we're all one. Because we all have to take our individual path as we are inspired to do so. So if you say to me, Kim, there's a march going on in the centre of Perth next week, whatever, come along to it. And I go, oh, actually, it's not really my thing, that. I mean, I can respect that people are doing that, but me personally, and then you feel obliged to go along because other people make you feel that you should be doing it their way.
Well, this is peer pressure, isn't it? Social
exactly,
engineering.
Exactly. So I don't think there's any wrong. I don't think there's any wrong way. And I reckon anybody that's fighting any way they can is great. It's great in my, but essentially we're all Neo. Every single one of us is fighting, regardless of what we're doing. We're just being. And then as in being, we're just going through the process.
Yeah.
So it's quite important to find your own unique expression in that. So what I mean by that is what I was saying before. If you're just going along with somebody else's idea of what action is and you're not feeling it within yourself, then find something that resonates with you. So regardless if it's partaking or just simply commenting and therefore inspiring others, but it's got to resonate with you in order for you to get that spark of inspiration.
And you're not going to inspire somebody else unless you are inspired yourself. And isn't it interesting that the word spirit is in the word inspiration?
No? So everyone has a unique perspective. Everyone has something to bring to the table to inspire others. We do not have to agree on action. We just need to do something, anything. Everybody's perspectives. We need everybody's perspective in order to overcome this. We need to everybody's view, everybody's right action, everybody's own inspiration, and it'll happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So respect anybody doing anything, even if it's not your way, then comprehend that this is a playground. So
it's the devil's playground. It sure is. Oh yeah.
That's kind of one of your things, that even the worst of the worst of the worst are just doing, they're just playing a part. So to quote Galileo, you cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself. And you cannot tell someone the truth. You must show them the truth. So that's what we're here to do. Just here to be ourselves. We are Neo, one, own, and then we'll win one. And just inspire each other with your own unique voice, and your path will be shown.
It certainly will. And it's that one.
It's the middle path.
As we talked about, don't take sides. You know, it's very easy for people to get angry when they see what's going on with, you know, I'm not going to say it for obvious reasons, but certain people that have been promoting this virus. But the hardest thing for me to come to terms with was to realize that we're all playing a part. That means they're playing a part as well. So there's no point in getting angry with people like Mr. Ball the gates of Baal, or Mr. False Energy,
Mhm,
you know, Mr. Chi, the fake Chi,
mhm,
because they're just playing a part. I mean,
mm,
you know, if you saw an actor, somebody, you know, from you know, and if you're still watching TV, guys, you really shouldn't be. But you know, if you saw an actor in the supermarket, would you go and smack him in the face because of something that he did in the TV show that you were watching last night? No,
or
because
would you?
he's
Mm,
playing a part in that TV show. Well, these people are playing their parts as well, just the same as you're playing your part, I'm playing my part. We're
mhm,
all actors on the world stage. So getting angry is what the beast system wants us to do,
mm,
right? So you're playing right into their hands. I mean, Kim, you mentioned that guy that's in the history group, Telegram group. You see how angry he gets.
mm, mm,
Yeah, I mean, especially about when anybody mentions the shape of the Earth. I mean, this guy, he's got such a chip on his shoulder. I love him to bits, but he's got such a chip on his shoulder. He gets so angry, and he can't see beyond the end of his nose that these people are just actors.
yeah,
You know, and it's funny. My dad used to say that you can't see beyond the end of your nose. You can't see your nose. You cross your eyes and try and look at your nose. You can't see it.
I can.
You're lucky. Most people can't.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
can
can't
see.
see my nose.
Really?
No, yeah, I can't see my nose. Try it. Hmm.
All right.
So what they what they
Can you
what
do
they're
that with
doing?
your finger?
No, no,
See, I'm special.
no. Um, what people are doing is they're getting angry with actors. They're getting angry with puppets. They're getting angry with people who are fake and are not real. Um, and that is what the system actually wants us to do.
Yeah.
It's feeding from our energy, feeding off our, especially negative energy, because this whole realm is inverted.
I think fear is the biggest risk that we've got. As soon as we fall
Well,
into fear and start making,
yeah,
actually, it's not falling into fear, it's making choices based on fear. If we're making
the
choices based on fear, it's a slippery, slidery slope that we're going down.
oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I did a search once a long time ago. How many times does the phrase "fear not" appear in the Bible? And the result I got was 365 times.
Uh,
That's once for every day of the year. So, you know, I mean, I haven't counted it, but or counted them, but that was the result that I got. That that phrase appears 365 times in the Bible,
in the Bible.
which is their playbook. The Bible is the playbook of the controllers of this realm.
Yeah.
You know, it's
So,
full of deception. We did a video called "Meet the Controllers," um, that people can go and watch, and we actually show the biblical deception. I've shown it to you
mm,
privately when you and I
mm,
have had a
mm,
Zoom chat.
mm,
I've shown you the deception. Meet the
mm,
controllers, and the other one, most important one, is copy and paste.
yeah.
Meet the controllers, copy and paste, bark bark baby,
Mm.
and then the one
Did
that we did
yesterday.
yesterday,
Yeah.
which is rescue Miss Ion. Um,
I actually want to talk to you. Oh, I wanted us to do another show on that actually, because there's a whole concept of that, a direction that you didn't go into that I want to kind of explore with you.
mhm.
But we
Yeah,
could do
sure,
that another
sure.
day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up. Let's wait and see what comments you get in the comment section,
okay.
and we will we'll. I'm sure you'll be back soon. And anytime you want me to come on, just let me know.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very
All
much for
right.
joining me. Bye.
You're welcome. Cheers, guys. Bye.